Hey Nightfairs, Duchess here, coming at you guys with another 10 tips to help you Elden Ring Nightreign. So to start off, did you know that these plants around the map can actually be used to give you different buffs? Some of them might heal you, some of them might even refill your FP, the others can give you different types of buffs such as these little skulls that can go attack enemies for you, and yeah, they're pretty helpful. They can also clear certain status effects such as poison, rot, or other types of status effects that may take your health down. Next tip is, did you know that gear actually has effects that you don't actually have to have the weapon equipped to use? Yeah, these effects right here at the bottom of your weapon are actually passives. They work with the weapon no matter what, even if it's unequipped. So yeah, it's worth picking up even a weapon that your character doesn't necessarily use. So if you're playing Duchess and you want to have a giant hammer in your inventory that gives you a good buff, you do that. Because guess what? That's going to actually help you in the long run because it'll give you a different status effect that you didn't have before. Next is, do you know that using mines could actually give you a free upgrade to purple rarity? Mines actually do give you really good items if you go inside of them. By really good items, I mean it gives you a smithing stone too, which lets you upgrade your weapon to purple. Assuming it's blue, of course. But this will let your weapon do way more damage, and honestly, if you get it done on day 1, it'll help you out so much on day 1's final boss, and it'll also help you out a lot on day 2. But you can also just skip this and do it on day 2, and yeah, it'll be just as useful then, and need to help you out on the final boss if you can find a good weapon. Next up, speaking of weapon rarity and stuff, you might want to use the Shifting Earths, because guess what? If it's a volcano one, if you make it to the bottom and kill a boss at the bottom, you can actually get yourself a free legendary weapon. And even if it's not a free legendary weapon, you can get buffs to your flask or other types of buffs from doing these. And you get an achievement too, so I mean, it's worth doing. So I really recommend taking advantage of those Shifting Earth events because it does seem like you get less of them after beating the game, so I very highly recommend using them. Because honestly, they're really strong, especially if you get that free legendary weapon. But just make sure that you're at least level 9 before you do this, maybe 10, because you don't really want to go down there and not have any levels because this will really screw you up on the boss fight. And I do recommend doing this halfway through the day, that way you still have enough time to get other things done. Evergoals are great for runes, and they can also give you very good rewards, but if you do them on day 2, you actually get better rewards, because they are harder. If you do them on day 1, the enemies are only half health, but they give you half the rewards, so instead of 20,000 runes, you get 10k, or a slightly weaker buff. So I recommend doing these on day 2 to help you out getting runes, and also stronger buffs. So yeah, do as many Evergoals as you can, and you can find these keys by either starting with one with a relic, or you can find them in chests around the map. Here's another helpful thing that doesn't happen in other Souls games. Damage is actually persistent, so if you couldn't beat a boss on day 1, but you got it down halfway, you could always go back on day 2 and do it again, and it will keep the same health it had as it did on day 1. So this means, if you need to go heal in the middle of a boss fight and you run out of flask, you can quickly run off, run to the Duchess Grace, grab some flask and go right back into the fight, and its health won't go back up, so you can just beat it really easily. That'll help you out a lot, especially if you're struggling on a boss, such as one of the tree spirits, because those guys are kinda difficult at times, and bell-bearing hunters, because those guys are scary. So, as you guys know, talismans are one of the more useful items in Elden Ring and Nightreign. Scarabs can be easily found by going to the forts and getting maps. These maps should be found in the tower right near usually a boss. If you get the Iron Maiden, they'll be just up top, and just go inside the tower and grab the map. These maps will show you all the spots of the nearest scarabs, and the scarabs will give you a talisman. They are random, but they can also make a really big difference in your build, because I've gotten some as Recluse and Duchess, because they're both magic characters. They refill FP really quickly, and it will make your time a lot easier, especially for you magic users and even greatsword users. So yeah, you might want to get a look for those. Here's something a lot of newer players don't realize. Churches actually give the player 1 additional flask for each visited. So this means if you visit 4 churches, you get 4 extra flask. And I believe it goes up to 7. And I believe it also goes up to 7 flasks that you can actually get from churches, unless you get really lucky, but I don't think that there's more than 7 that you get, unless you get the Equilibrious Beast. They also give you pretty good consumables, which I recommend picking up because consumables are really strong in this game, and they can make you find better weapons, and they can give you more runes depending on what you get. Bit streams, those blue things that make you jump really high, those can be used and the spirit birds to get around the map a lot faster and skip over, and then we'll let you skip most of the journey because you can actually jump in any direction. You don't actually have to jump in the direction it tells you. As for the bird, as long as you kind of know how to use it, which is just follow the wind path, it'll actually get you pretty far, and if it's in the direction you need to go, even better. Also, you can get to the top of the fort and skip all of the enemies by just simply taking this path. And our last tip is you can actually sell relics at the round table hold. When you go to the relics section, you can actually go to the very end and we'll give you the option to sell them. This will let you get plenty of merch, so that way you can either buy a skin that you've been wanting, or if you want to get better relics, you can buy them now. Because hey, you have the money. Because you just sold all your relics and you accidentally sold the one that you need, and now you're very sad about it. Anyways guys, I do hope you did enjoy this little tip video, and hopefully you find something helpful or you didn't know in the video. And yeah, if you liked it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're looking for someone to do one of the Night Lords with, we do have a Discord down below in the comment section, because I do not have the ability to put them in the description yet, but I do recommend joining there and say hi. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.